So I've been inundated with calls on this Nnamdi Kanu's whole saga. Those who feel it is morally wrong to support Nnamdi Kanu at all, and those who also feel procedurally that the court's outcome from court should be first allowed, which is also not out of place. Now, the whole thing is just between morality, legality, and in between the two, you have to find what is justice, what is just in the circumstance. Now, talking about justice, procedurally speaking, Nnamdi Kanu had been on trial and he was granted bail. And some men of the military allegedly went to his abode, displeased him, attacked, they invaded his premises and he had to escape. Fast forward till around 2021, he was abducted. He was brought back to Nigeria from Kenya in an abduction style, and they decided to continue with the trial. Continuing with the trial was not a problem, but the court first quashed some of the charges brought against him. In fact, it also surfaced in the course of it, in the court process, that somebody who had been brought in a style like that already suffered some injustice. They went on appeal. Appeal court also upheld that he wasn't properly repatriated. I know if Kenya even wanted to take that side up, like you came to pick somebody on our soil that we didn't even know about, that's some kind of disrespect to the sovereignty of the country. But let's leave Kenya aside. It's up to them to diplomatically handle that. Now, they went even to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court also asked that he should be released. Now, that is legality. No, we talked already about morality, that they said he incited ethnic tension and all that, blah, which is not wrong to say, morally speaking, such a person should be tried. But all I'm saying is this matter had been on since when? This is 2025, way back Buhari's time. I think it was 2017 at first, Even Simon Nepal, like I said before, I repeat, who was arrested just how many days ago in Finland, they've already concluded his own trial. Nnamdi Kanu is still there. Tinubu came in and still continues. And what we are saying is this: morally speaking, nobody is against trying him. But legally speaking, you guys have exhausted everything legally. Now, all of us know, if we want to be sincere with ourselves, the matter that has gone up to Supreme Court, you now want to go back and start all over again from. All of us know that any matter that has gone all the way to Supreme Court, the only next floor you can go after Supreme Court is Baba God. And that means you must have first cried before you reach there. So, to now want to go and start all over, that was why Nnamdi Kanu declared in court that Justice Binta Ayako should recuse herself, because she cannot come and be retrying what the Supreme Court already concluded. A federal government who refuses to obey orders of the court, is now shopping for judges that will hand them their own preferred outcome or verdict and force it on him, and will now want to obey the one that they like, that suits their own agenda. It's a different thing now. If we allow the precedence of injustice, high-handedness and oppression by the government, and illegality by government itself to find its level or its balance, the way many are justifying it right now, the day they will come for you too, that precedence will hold. So that is why every dangerous precedence must be quashed from the beginning. So it's a different thing if you want to use another thing to get Nnamdi Kanu, but that freedom that the court already granted him, the government has no other option than to make sure that they obey their own. It is even their own court in this case. Don't forget they attempted this kind of thing we should read before, when court said release him on bail, and DSS refused to release. It took massive turning out, including women who came tying wrapper and almost half unclad, before DSS decided to release Shore on bail. And even after releasing him, the next day, the next adjournment day in court, they still went and re-abducted him in front of a judge, desecrating the court. So all these illegalities, legal brigandage and all those things by the federal government itself are very wrong and dangerous precedents that all of us must rise up to resist, because it is government itself that is promoting anarchy in its own case. And that's exactly why we are saying, it's not as if we are saying, oh, everything Nnamdi Kanu has therefore done, we approve or endorse. No. But we are saying, if you had concluded his case at the right time and followed the due process, nobody will be saying don't try Nnamdi Kanu. But this is a government by itself, you know, who has refused to even try corrupt people. They do party and pardon themselves. Maybe Nnamdi Kanu should just join APC tonight and they can release him tomorrow morning. As citizens, we will not just all sit back, millions of us, and be watching this government destroying the fabrics of morality and legality. Are we a captured people? They are turning it into a captured state. It is all to protect and to preserve rule of law and due process. That's what we are saying. But if you support the anarchy of this government today, you would have assisted the government to lay a dangerous precedent, and that is fundamentally and foundationally wrong, because the day they will use the same precedents and foundation to base your own persecution, all of us will be here to say, Shebi you saw Nnamdi Kanu. The same way we are saying, Shebi you saw Toji Bello and all the, you know, including past governors and criminals who are now either in the Senate or on appointment, you know, or have been left their matter. The other ones that the EFCC declared wanted and they just left them to go. No trial. No trial. And you want to be here to tell me legality is in court. Is in court in Bonato D. This is a political matter, because Nnamdi Kanu's matters, you know, it has dragged far too long than it is merely legal. If you don't open your conscious mind, them don't sell you finish. The moment they know that citizens are conscious and following through step by step, sequentially, pragmatically, with open mind, open eyes, open mind, open conscience, they'll be wary to pull another fraudulent stunt like they have been doing ever since. Enough is enough.